Hello and welcome to a very special episode of my podcast. Today I'm kicking off a heartfelt mini series called I Got This From that runs all the way through June. With Mother's Day around the corner, we are starting with the incredible lessons I learned from my mom, lessons that shape the way I live, love, and lead my life and business. If you ever found yourself wondering where your strengths come from or searching for clarity in your purpose, this series is for you. These stories will take you back to the roots, those simple but powerful moments that taught us resilience, leadership, and how to trust ourselves. You will walk away inspired, but more than anything, empowered to reconnect with your pieces of wisdom passed down to you and use them as fuel for your next chapter. So grab your coffee, settle in, and let's begin this journey of remembering, honoring, and igniting what's always been inside you. Let's get started. Having been a teacher, I love guiding my students to enhance their skills, explore their passions, and unleash their creativity. Little did I know, I was actually helping them to lay the groundwork for their own unique paths. That's why I launched this podcast to assist you in doing the same. Marketing your niche, it's all about discovering your niche, taking action before you are ready, focusing on consistent progress, and move ahead to building a profitable online business even if you are not sure you are doing it right. Tune in for practical advice, actionable marketing tips and strategies to build a business that brings you more freedom, more profit, even more joy. Let's get started. This episode is called Stop Waiting for the Big Thing. My mom taught me the presence. And I want to take you back in time for a few moments to a simpler, slower weekend morning in my childhood home. I remember those Saturday and Sunday mornings vividly. My sister and I would sleep in, snug in our beds, while my parents had already been up for hours. My dad would head to the farmer's market early to pick up the freshest vegetables, herbs, and fruits. My mom stayed home, starting the breakfast prep, putting on the coffee, setting the table. When my dad returned, the real magic happened. My mom would whip us a delicious omelette for all four of us, and once breakfast was done, that was our time for coffee and chocolate. A lot of chocolate. But it was more than just food. It was a planning time, family dreaming time. I remember my mom always asked my sister and I for our opinion about an event they were planning or a goal they wanted to accomplish. They taught us that our opinion matters, our voices should be heard, and more importantly, we, even though we were kids at that time, are part of that circle of trust, and we make decisions for our family as well. That small but meaningful ritual of gathering over breakfast and coffee stuck with me through every stage of my life. Now, as an adult with my own family, that moment still lives on. Whether I'm sipping my coffee on the porch or in a quiet kitchen, I find myself planning again for my family, for my business, for the life I want to create. It is a ritual that grounds me, that connects me to where I came from. Almost every single morning, I write down a few goals for the day and a few goals for the week. That is keeping me focused, inspired, and is pushing me to accomplish them during the day or during the week, because I know that more exciting goals will follow. And those benefit my family, my children, my business, or my friends. My mom wasn't just the glue of our family. She was my first mentor, the original coach in my corner. She had this unwavering belief in me, even when I didn't. She would say, "Start now, just begin. Think about it. A year from now," she said, "you will be further along and you will be so glad you started." That sentence has echoed in my mind during countless moments of hesitation. I remember when I first started thinking about building a business of my own. I was overwhelmed by everything I didn't know. I questioned whether I had enough time, enough experience, or even the right to dream that big. But I could hear my mom's voice, gently but firmly remembering me. "You will always succeed if you put your mind into it." She taught me to be a self starter, to take the lead. She would often say, "Don't wait for someone else to do it. You go first. If it's on your heart, it's meant for you." That level of trust in me lit a fire I still carry. One of the most powerful things she ever taught me was to set goals that inspire you, goals that create a spark inside that trigger that deep, burning desire to do something extraordinary. Not because someone else told you to, but because it matters to you. And when I felt blocked, unsure, or defeated, she would just smile and say, "Don't ask with what money. The money will come when you put things in motion." And she was right. It was a radical kind of faith. And I didn't fully understand it then. But now I do. It wasn't about being careless. It was about trusting that clarity leads to momentum, and momentum attracts opportunity. And that's exactly what happened. The more I started taking action, even small steps, the more things began to shift. People, resources, ideas started showing up. That's the magic of moving forward. My mom was always the one who encouraged me to lead into what I love. She never pushed me to follow a certain path or check a specific box. Instead, she said, "Do something you are passionate about, something that makes you feel alive." She knew that passion is the fuel you need when things get hard, because they always do, right? Looking back, I realize how deeply those conversations over coffee and omelets shaped me. My mom was showing me how to live with purpose. She was teaching me that you don't need to wait for something big or something dramatic moment to feel like you are finally ready. You just need to start. So, to you listening right now, stop waiting for the big thing. That big promotion, that perfect timing, that sudden confidence boost. It doesn't exist, my friend. You are the spark, and what you need isn't out there somewhere. It's already in you. Maybe it came from your mom, maybe from someone else you love, but it's there, and you can trust it. And something else my mom always reminded me of. Often when I smile, a wink of when sharing stories about my dad was this: every strong man has a powerful woman behind him. But she didn't just say it, she lived it. She showed me what it meant to lead with quiet strength, to support without losing your voice, and to be the heartbeat of a family while still nurturing your own dreams. My mom believed in balance between giving and growing, supporting others and standing tall in your own power. She helped me understand that behind every visible success, that is often an invisible foundation of love, wisdom, and sacrifice. And that is just worthy of recognition. That kind of influence doesn't just shape families, it shapes futures. This series is about honoring those voices, those influences, those quiet heroes in our lives. And today, I want to thank my mom for the presence, for the power of starting, and for believing in me before I even believe in myself. I truly believe, no, I know that every mom wants her children to go further than she ever could. We dream of seeing our kids rise higher, leave fear, and step into opportunities we never had. That's what drove my mom every single day. She didn't just cook meals or fold laundry. She planted seeds of belief. She whispered courage into our dreams and pushed us gently, always saying, "Go for more, be bold, do better than I did." And now, as a mother myself, I carry that same intention. I want to model what's possible, not perfection, but passion, progress, and purpose. Because when our kids see us chase our dreams, they get permission to chase their own. That's the legacy we pass on. If this episode spoke to you, please share it with someone who needs a reminder to begin. Subscribe, leave a review, or simply send it to a friend. And if you are working on something new in your life, I would love to hear about it. Let's keep the conversation going. Thank you for listening and stay tuned for next week's episode where we talk about another lesson I got from my mom. You don't want to miss it. How to lead without fear. Until then, take a moment to be present and maybe make yourself an omelette or have a coffee. Bye for now.